morning. I'm so glad you're here today, and I hope you enjoy what I have for you today. I'm going to make a crazy carrot cake. I've made crazy chocolate cakes before. This one is a little different. It doesn't have eggs, it doesn't have butter or milk in it, and it sounded really interesting. I've had this recipe for a long time and I've never made it, so this will be a new one for me. And then I'm going to try something new. I'm going to make a sour cream frosting for it since I don't have any cream cheese. And I've found some recipes that have carrot cake with sour cream frosting on it. So we'll see how that turns out today. And I hope you enjoy this little new experiment for me. And got my little recipe. I wrote it down here instead of trying to look at another book. And I will post this recipe. And it makes an 8x8 recipe, a little bit different than an 8x8, but I think it's close to it. So that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to spray it with some of my oil. Okay, got that all ready for the oven. Is on 350. Just to not take quite so much time making this cake, I went ahead and put all my dry ingredients, the spices and the salt and baking powder in the baking soda, not powder, in this. And I will tell you the measurements as I go along. And the first thing it calls for is 1.5 cups of flour. My measurement in here is 1/2, so I'm going to use this 3 times to make a cup and a half. So I'll use this 3 times. And I find that a lot of times I will buy measuring cups at thrift stores where I can put them in all my little different baking things, and where it makes it easier. Okay, here is a cup of sugar, and I'm going to use a little less than a cup. I usually do use a little less, probably about that much. That's 1/2, and I'm going to go even less, like that. So that's probably 3/4 cup of sugar. Got those 2 ingredients in here. I'm putting all the dry ingredients in the bowl here. Now, my next dry ingredients, I'm going to read off to, 3 more tablespoons of flour. We're going to be piecing this video together, I think. So, have in here, let me look at my little notes. I have 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of cloves, 1/4 teaspoon of allspice, and 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. So I'm putting that in, and that is all of my dry ingredients. Now I'm going to mix this a little bit. Okay, got that mixed. Next, it calls for 3/4 cup of grated carrots, 1/2 cup of chopped walnuts, and 1/2 cup of golden raisins. I don't have golden raisins, I have the dark ones. So I have some dried cranberries. I decided to put dried cranberries in it. Remember, all these recipes, you can change it about to what you like. And I think that would go over better with some of my family. So that's why I'm doing that. I thought I would show you a couple of my favorite things that I've had throughout the years. This is a salad shooter. You guys probably remember these from many years. Actually, I had one and I don't know what I did with it. then I got to thinking about it, and I thought, I'd like to have one. So I found this one at a thrift store. So be sure and always look for things, because people decide they don't want it, and next thing you know, they put it in the thrift store. Okay, I'm going to put, and normally I use a big carrot, but I don't have any big ones, so I'm going to, but this time I didn't have any big ones, so I'm using what I have. So I want to show you how this works. I might not keep all this on for you, but I want you to see. It's a salad shooter, so look. See that? You can do cheese the same way, and a lot of them. Look at how nice that is. That is so. Okay, I think this is supposed to be 3/4 cup of grated carrots, and I'm thinking that might be a little more than 3/4, but I think it'll be okay. I'm gonna get my veggies today. Okay, now the next thing it called for was chopped walnuts, 1/2 cup of them, and I want to show you another one of my favorites. Okay, this was Pampered Chef. I've had it for years, and this one, and I found them at thrift stores too, so always look. You notice when it's a Xylus, you could probably buy it elsewhere, but when you turn this, when you push it, it turns around, and I have used the bottom of it for something else. It comes with a little cover, but I'm going to just use this little surface right here. I'm going to put some nuts on here. It calls for a 1/2 cup, but you know, that's to your discretion. I like them kind of chopped pretty coarse. I'm going to put this in here. I won't keep you too long on this one because it'll be loud. And hopefully you can see it. Oh boy, that's nice. And look, I got a little shell in there. Good thing I'm looking. There it is. I'm gonna make sure, because I shell these, and I don't want anything that don't belong in there. Okay, that's in there. Now it calls for the raisins, but I'm putting in, these are cranberries, and 1/2 cup of that, but you know me and measurements. So now this is all the dry ingredients. You see in the bowl here. And what it says is just to mix it well. So I don't, with all these chunky things in it, I'm not sure that I'm going to get a mixer out. I don't believe I will. Okay, now the liquid ingredients in this is, and I went ahead and put it all in here. So in this measuring cup, I put 1 cup of water, 5 tablespoons of oil, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and 1 teaspoon of vinegar. That's it. Okay, I'm gonna mix this up. Gonna mix. Okay, I got it mixed up. Now it's going in my pan that I've already sprayed, and I'm gonna put it in the oven for it's 350, already preheated, and I will be back when I take it out of the oven. Back, and I have a cake here. I think it's gonna be a little bit heavier than you would with a real fluffy one, but I have a feeling it's gonna be really, really delicious. I bake this for about 45 minutes. So I would check it, depending on your oven, I would check it after 30 minutes and then go from there. And it looks like it's going to be delicious. Cut this recipe in half. It's going to be 1/4 cup of butter, 1 3/4 cup of powdered sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla, a pinch of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of sour cream, and 1/2 teaspoon of lemon juice. And here's my vanilla. I forgot about the vanilla. So I just took the powder. I'm going to go ahead and put my butter in here. I had this butter the other day. I had company, and I put it in this dish, and so I'm really kind of guessing on a 1/4 cup of it. So we're going to go for that. We're going to act like that's a 1/4 cup. And it did say a dash of salt. And I always think a little salt in everything tastes a little, makes the sugar come out. And then it did say vanilla, a teaspoon. What was it? 1/2 teaspoon. You can see I don't always measure, so here goes on that. But I will on the lemon because it's a little bit stronger flavor. Vanilla you can get by with a lot of things here. Okay, 1/2 teaspoon of lemon juice. Well, it says juice, but I have lemon flavoring, so I think and usually I'm going to go with this 1/4 of a teaspoon. Now my sour cream, and here we go on that. I went ahead and just kind of measured this out, and it's not perfect measurement. And let's see how this is going to be. I just have a feeling it's going to be really good. Okay, I'm back, and this frosting is so good. I'm going to take a little taste. I think this sour cream in this is going to be really, really good. And I'm going to just put this on here. I'm not quite sure how you're seeing this, but I'm going to try to lift this up where you can, after I get this here. The cake is just still a tad warm, so, oh yeah, you can see it really is the bottom of this. This is and so it is kind of melting a little bit. Oh, this is going to be good. And I did put it on a little bit too warm, but it's going to be good, you guys. So don't do like I did. Make sure it's all a little cooler than this. Look at that. It's done. It's a little warm. I shouldn't have put it on quite this soon. But I'm going to cut a piece of it now and give you my thought on how it tastes. I was just here. I'd share it with you. Here goes. I'm going to cut a piece. I'll get a corner piece. Oh. Check that out, you guys. Look at that. See that? Now, I'm going to give it a try. And see if it's good as it sounded. It is a very dense cake, very flavorful. I love all these spices in it. And if you don't have any eggs, you don't have any of these other items, you can make this and you can enjoy it. It's not an expensive cake to make, as you can tell. And I'm going to set this down and enjoy that later. But I just want to tell you, please come back and share this if you know anybody that would like this video. Check back on my other videos. I have several cooking ones. I have a glimpse of my life that I'm telling my story, and you might find some interesting things in that. And there's just so many. There's a lot of music. I play the piano. My brother's played the piano. My daughter has played on there, and her and I sang. So we have a lot of things going on here, and a lot of thrifty living hacks. I've did some hauls. I have another one coming out pretty soon that I want to show you. So just come along for the ride and comment. I love it when you comment, and give me a thumbs up and comment and share, and God bless you.